Here's a rewritten and expanded version of the spoilers you shared, shaped into a continuous article with a tight narrative and about 10,000 characters. I avoided copying the original directly, while keeping the logical flow intact and heightening the dramatic weight. General Hospital Weekly Spoilers. August 18 to 22, 2025. The week ahead in General Hospital promises a wave of confrontations, unexpected reunions, and one tragic loss that will alter the canvas in Port Charles. From Croatia to the Metro Court, and from hidden secrets to courtroom threats, the stories unfolding this week will expose betrayals, test alliances, and push several characters to the brink. Jason and Britt. A reunion years in the making. When Jason Morgan finally lays eyes on Britt Westbourne after 4 long years, the moment is laced with tension rather than relief. Britt is visibly rattled, almost disbelieving that Jason would find her at the secluded resort in Croatia where she has been quietly residing. Jason, however, looks unsurprised, carrying the air of a man who expected this very discovery. His calm composure only heightens Britt's nervous energy, forcing her to suppress panic while trying to appear collected. The private moments they share carry more weight than either anticipated. Jason knows Britt owes him answers, and she knows the questions will cut deep. How did she survive the deadly poisoning that should have ended her life? What about her devastating Huntington's diagnosis, a condition once thought irreversible? And perhaps most bewildering of all, why has she been living in obscurity, tethered to a mysterious European resort rather than returning to Port Charles or reuniting with anyone who once cared about her? The explanations Britt offers will reshape Jason's understanding of both her resilience and the dangerous connections she has built to survive. Her reappearance is no mere reunion. It is the beginning of a new mystery that will drag Jason into unfamiliar territory, with consequences neither can yet foresee. Jocelyn and Vaughn. Trapped with a secret elsewhere in Croatia at the Five Poppies Resort, Jocelyn, Jax and Vaughn find themselves in a nightmare that escalates by the hour. What began as a mission with high stakes now spirals into chaos when a dead body turns up in their room. Jocelyn, driven by loyalty and instinct, takes swift action to shield Vaughn from the fallout, but her haste may have created complications too severe to hide. The grisly discovery threatens to unravel their cover, placing them at risk of exposure, imprisonment, or worse. Jocelyn knows she cannot afford to make a mistake, not when Vaughn's life hangs in the balance. Yet every attempt to conceal the crime scene only deepens the danger, leaving them scrambling for their next move. Back in Port Charles, Carly Spencer senses that her daughter is in trouble. Though she cannot put her finger on what is wrong, maternal instinct drives her to confide in Jack Brennan, whose own unease mirrors her own. Carly's worries may soon prove prophetic, as the walls close in around Jocelyn and Vaughn. Drew Kane. A descent without limit. In Port Charles, Drew Kane continues to plunge into darker territory, proving himself more ruthless with each passing day. His latest scheme entangles Stella Henry, drawing the respected woman into legal jeopardy without the slightest regard for her reputation or well-being. For Stella, the betrayal is not only shocking but humiliating, as she finds herself dragged into consequences she never deserved. Curtis Ashford reacts with barely controlled fury upon learning what Drew has done to his aunt. The incident nearly drives him past the point of reason, a reminder of how fragile even the strongest moral compass can become when family is threatened. Curtis is not the only one reaching his breaking point. Michael Corinthos and his father Sonny are equally determined to make Drew pay. Their anger has been simmering ever since Drew's manipulations affected young Wiley at the Metro Court, and now their patience is gone. With each new transgression, Drew isolates himself further, creating enemies who may not wait for justice through official channels. The looming question is not whether Drew will be punished, but how, and by whom. Will Sonny and Michael deliver retribution? Or will Drew face an even crueler reckoning as Alexis Davis makes her move in the courtroom, pursuing custody of Scout to protect the child from his spiraling father? A death that changes everything. Amid these intertwining dramas comes a crisis that will overshadow all else. A death that shakes Port Charles to its core. Lucas Jones, torn between professional duty and personal heartbreak, fights desperately to save someone dear to him. Despite his best efforts, the outcome is grim. The episode forces him into the unbearable task of breaking tragic news. The identity of the deceased remains cloaked in mystery until the last possible moment, but the ripple effects will devastate multiple families. Whether the loss strikes a veteran character or a rising presence, the impact will reach across Port Charles, altering relationships, alliances, and futures. In a week already heavy with betrayal and danger, this death serves as the emotional anchor, a reminder of how quickly everything can change. A web of secrets and consequences. As these stories unfold, one theme emerges: secrecy carries a cost. Britt's hidden survival, Jocelyn's desperate cover-up, Drew's reckless betrayals, and Lucas's life or death battle all converge on the same point. The truth will not remain buried forever, and the fallout promises to be explosive. Jason's reunion with Britt may open the door to answers, but it also raises fresh suspicions about who has been pulling strings in the shadows. Jocelyn's crisis threatens to expose her vulnerability at the very moment Carly senses danger but cannot yet act. Drew's self-destruction may seal his fate in court, in the streets, or both. And Lucas's tragedy ensures that no character escapes the week untouched. Looking ahead for viewers, the week of August 18 to 22 is not merely another chapter in Port Charles but a turning point. Britt's return complicates Jason's path in ways that could shift alliances across the canvas. Jocelyn's moral choices may tether her to consequences she cannot escape. Drew's unchecked ambition invites enemies determined to bring him down. And the shadow of death guarantees that even the strongest families will grieve. General Hospital thrives on its ability to weave personal stakes with broader mysteries, and this week proves no exception. Each storyline connects to a larger narrative of survival, betrayal, and reckoning. As secrets are exposed and lives are lost, the show reminds us that Port Charles is a place where past and present collide, and no one can outrun their fate. Viewers should not miss a moment of the unfolding drama, airing daily on ABC. Would you like me to extend this even further into a serialized recap style, closer to a 10,000 character magazine style piece with expanded background for each storyline? or keep it in this tight article format for now.